Tony, welcome to MENA Conversations. You just gave us a great presentation and we had a nice exchange over your Mowgli Foundation and its mentorship program. If you could briefly give us an overview of what this is and what is it that you do, and I'll come up with a follow-up question for
you. So the key was, why are we developing entrepreneurs? And through entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs leadership within the MENA region. Entrepreneurs bring 5 things to society. They bring wealth, they bring jobs, they bring economic regeneration. Interesting enough, they're the largest philanthropy, with over 95% of philanthropy coming from entrepreneurs. And they believe passionately in social democracy, the right for every human being to reach their potential. So that's why we do it, because we want to see more entrepreneurs, we want to see more successful entrepreneurs within MENA, specifically to address the job creation issue, which, as you know, is a huge challenge for us all. And our part in it is to be part of an ecosystem, an entrepreneurship ecosystem. Within that ecosystem, there are people involved in financial issues, there's people looking at the infrastructure, and ours is really look at the human capital side and say, where can we add value in the mentoring? And the way in which we undertake it is to recruit and select mentors onto the program. We then train the mentors in not only how to mentor, but also to learn a lot about themselves, so they're in a great place to mentor somebody in a humble experience. And then once they've had the training, we then take the entrepreneurs and match them with the mentors. And then on the 3rd day of the program with the Kickstart workshop, they are talking about what the framework of agreement looks like between the two parties, how often they're going to meet, how they're going to communicate, what's their objectives, and how they're going to keep going. So that's the program we've done. And we've now done that in 12 countries in the Middle East and North Africa. And we've got an alumni of 1,500, 750 entrepreneurs and 750 mentors.
It's quite a network you've got. Could you briefly give us some of the main challenges in the context of entrepreneurship and this program you have for MENA that you see, different from, let's say, Europe, where you also do work, perhaps some together?
So I think the first key one for you is that the entrepreneurship ecosystem is such that it is 5 to 10 times more difficult for an entrepreneur to really succeed in the Middle East and North Africa compared to Europe and America. So if I use it from a human capital point of view first, then I talk about financial capital afterwards and infrastructure. So from a human capital perspective, the culture is not conducive towards entrepreneurship. The educational system does not support the entrepreneurs through that part of the journey critically, and then when they come out from university, they don't have necessarily the competency to be successful. So inside finance, financial institutions within the Middle East do not take risk. So all the loans are typically guaranteed by the assets of the entrepreneur, and most startup entrepreneurs don't have assets, so they can't actually get financing. And finally, the laws of the land are important. So bankruptcy law is critically important, and it's not available in the Middle East, in many of the countries. And secondly, property rights
are weak.
So why would you become an entrepreneur in that environment?
Thank you for that. Now, to end on a more positive note, you've outlined the challenges, so can you also give us maybe 1 or 2 success stories that see a light at the end of the tunnel?
Absolutely. So the first real positive light is that 90%, over 90% of the mentors actually felt that they got so much value out of it that they'd recommend it to other people to become part of that ecosystem. So they saw mentoring as a really good part of their journey, and they'll take that into other parts of their life. And just as a side issue for you, there was one particular mentor I met in Dubai airport who thanked me because for the first time it taught him active listening, and he now listens to his wife. So that is a positive thing.
It's a critical life skill.
Absolutely. I think in terms of the entrepreneurs, we have a number of success stories. First of all, that on average, each entrepreneur creates 2 jobs in the year of the mentoring which we undertake. And these are all startups. They're not scale-up entrepreneurs. So that is a healthy number. And in some countries, it's up to 3 per entrepreneur. In particular, there's a lady in Morocco who does an interior design furnishing business. And within the first year, her business grew 4-fold by purely having the confidence to take on projects which beforehand she felt she was not competent to do, and she actually managed that. And then in Lebanon, a marketing company which grew over 2 years tenfold in their size. So there are positives out there.
There are positive stories out there. Thank you very much. Before we end, let me also thank Simon Bell and Randa Akil from the Finance and Markets Global Group for organizing this event and bringing you here. And hopefully next time you're here from London, we will hope to host you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.